right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakakwadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach and who also rule well. Peace and salutations to those of the hopeful elect. All right, it's the year 2021, the year of prophecy. All right, we're close, to the year 2022. All right, wherein Yahweh Shema Shai is going to turn the knob up. All right, the Lord is going to turn the dial up on prophecy, man. All right, and things is going to get more crazier next year than they are this year. All right, and you can already see, the foreshadowing of what's to come next year. All right, Esau Edom is not done. All right, pushing that false narrative. Okay, and I have to be very careful how I word this article when I read it. All right, because the famine of the word is approaching also, and he been striking a lot of brothers' pages, man. All right, he stroked two of my pages. All right, GMS Can't Stop Israel Ba and GMS Can't Stop Israel Ga. All right, so now I have to upload on this page for a week. GMS Can't Stop Yasharallah. All right, but going into the lesson, here's two articles. It says experts warn new variant. Well, let me jump up. This is new Crown Vic Royale variant with horrific mutations identified in 3 countries. All right, so now there's a new variant. Okay, and this is all planned out, man, because here it is, all these people have been yabbed all the way up, 1, 2, 3 with the Boost mobiles. All right, and now all of a sudden there's a whole nother mutated that these people have to worry about, all while those that trust in Yahweh Shema Shai is doing, wonderful. All right, but these people that believe in Esau's narrative, all right, these are the ones that are sick. These are the ones that are dropping dead, all right, through their ignorance, man. Now, here's another article. It says experts warn new variant is better at infecting yabbed people as cases surge. So not only is the new variant, discovered, now it's surging out of nowhere. All right, and those, that trusted in E, all right, and took his vials, they're more susceptible than people that didn't. So hey man, really this is just judgment on the highest level, man. And it's judgment of Yahweh Shema Shai using Esau Edom to take peace from the earth. Okay, and you people that don't, speaking of Israel, you Israelites that don't want to come back to the truth, all right, come back to serving your power, all right, because this world is blatantly wicked. All right, but if you don't have a problem with this world, all right, then you're gonna end up caught up in the Lord's judgments too, man. All right, now I didn't have no specific precepts, but let's get into. Let me do a word search. Matter of fact, Revelations 18 goes perfectly for America. All right, Revelations chapter 18, and I'm gonna start at 7. Just to get into the point. All right, it says how much she had glorified herself and lived deliciously. And that's America. All right, America has glorified herself. All right, that's why, the level of pride, is the highest here in America. All right, the scriptures say that, the look of America was more stout than its fellows. All right, America, this is that place that stood out in the world. All right, this is that place that was once, a beacon that all the other nations would look towards, to learn, how to be a more advanced civilization, if you will. All right, but now these nations have awoken up out of that enchantment. All right, now these nations are seeing America and the Edomites for what they truly are. All right, degenerates. All right, vile. Wicked. All right, sodomites. The list goes on, and these nations are no longer with Esau, Edom, man. All right, and that's why you seeing World War III has taken place, and these nations have already taken their sides. All right, but yet you still have Americans that believe that nothing's going to happen to this place. So it says, how much she has glorified herself and lived deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. So this is all that's coming to America, man. All right, America has already reached this peak. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, during the nifty 50s, that's when the economy was doing great. And now we're at this point in America's history of decadence, which is a sign that this civilization is going to collapse, just as ancient Rome, because this is ancient Rome all over again, man. All right, it says I'm gonna continue to read. So much torment and sorrow give her. So the collapse, that's not going to be a smooth transitioning. All right, within that, famines is going to be produced. The Lord has these different pestilences going out. All right, chaos and death is going to be produced. All right, in the falling of this society. All right, it says, for she saith in her heart, I sit a queen and am no widow and shall see no sorrow. All right, and these people really believe that since nothing has happened, catastrophically to the whole America, that nothing is ever going to happen. Okay, but that's a foolish thought, But these people ain't watching the times. These people are not privy, to who the devil is. All right. Speaking of those that trust in the beast system, including 2/3 of Israel, so all they see is what Esau's showing them, and what Esau is showing them is that they're gonna build back better. They're gonna set up, the new infrastructure, the new industrial revolution. That's all they see. Okay, but the men of the Lord see past that and see the destruction. All right, and all the signs are there. All right, and the men of the Lord is looking for the new world to come. All right, so it says, verse 8, therefore shall her place come in one day. All right, and that sounds like, sudden destruction, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burnt with fire, for strong is the Lord power who judgeth her. Okay, so, all these things is coming to America, man. All right. And one of those main things is the pestilence. All right, that's one of the main things that's going to cause, mass death. All right, it's famine. That's going to cause people to be dropping dead. All right, and also you're going to have these new variants. All right, because Esau was set up to take peace from the earth. Lord's will, I can get that. All right, and this is all, happening in the midst of a great collapse. All right, while everything is collapsing around these Americans, these people are distracted, by Esau's charms. All right, I'm gonna get another precept. says, this is Ezekiel chapter 5 and 17, which is going into how the Lord, was going to send these different plagues upon Israel. All right. But the Lord, the Lord is going to send these plagues upon America. All right. And 2/3 of Israel is going to get caught up in it. Ezekiel 5 and 12, a third part of thee shall it's like Ezekiel 5 and 17, it says, so will I send upon you famine and evil beasts, and they shall bereave thee, and pestilence and blood shall pass through thee, and I will bring the sword upon thee. I, the Lord, have spoken it. Okay. It says, so will I send upon you famine and evil beasts. All right. And these are the same things that the Lord is going to bring, to America. All right. Those different spirits created for vengeance. All right. The spirit of famine, which there's different food shortages, and evil beasts, which the Lord is going to cause these rural, spiritual creatures, to start coming out of their natural inhabitants, or where they live, or habitats. All right. Because you have the Yeti, which is a very, very real, creature. All right. The Yeti is a real creature. All right. And they say that pretty much they live, or researchers say they live in areas where humans can't get to it in a vehicle. Like they can't simply drive up. They live in the thick parts, of the wilderness. All right. And there's been many different signs, many different testimonies, sightings. The creature exists. All right. And there's more than one. All right. And those type of creatures is going to start coming out because the Lord is drawing them out and getting them ready. All right. For the great day of judgment upon the wicked people that are here on the earth. All right. And this is like an open forum. Ezekiel 5 and 17, it says, evil beasts, and they shall bereave thee, and pestilence and blood shall pass through thee. So the Lord said the pestilence and blood shall pass through thee. All right. And you just see, Esau talking about, and they haven't even brought up the doomsday variant, they haven't even brought that up yet, so hey, that one could be the real, the real deal, where you actually seeing people, with the flesh eating, bacterial disease. It says, and I will bring the sword upon thee. And who is ultimately the sword when you apply this right now? The sword is Esau, Edom. All right, which, that's another way that Esau is going to try to knock down the numbers in the earth is literally by his military coming down. All right, because Esau is creating and fabricating, the pestilence and all these different things that are going to get the people riled up and roused up against the government, so Esau can have an excuse to come down, with force. Revelations 12 and 12, and we see that happening all around the world, man. All right. Europe, Australia. All right. And it's soon to come to America. That's why leading into the year 2022, the Lord is going to turn everything up. Let me get another precept. Since I quoted it, it's in Revelations. This is Revelation 6 and 4. And there went out another horse that was red. And that red horse, the horse represents power. All right. And that red horse is speaking of Esau, Edom. All right. Which Edom means red. It says, and power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. And to tell you with Job 9 and 24 that the earth was given into the hand of the wicked. All right. So the Lord allowed Esau to have the fatness of the earth, the resources and the power, all right, is in Esau's hands currently. All right, and with the power, Esau's doing what he's doing. Being the wicked, being evil and sinister. All right, and using, his power, to come down upon the people of the earth, to destroy the people of the earth. It says, "In that they should kill one another, and there was given unto him a great sword." Yeah, his blessing. All right, and Esau weaponizes everything. He weaponizes the food. All right, and targeted towards mainly you Israelites, you so-called blacks, Latinos, Natives, Seminole Indians. All right, he's weaponized the air. All right, with the chemtrails. He's weaponized the water, with fluoride, different heavy metals. All right, he's weaponized, medicine. All right, which the actual medicine goes into the herbs. All right, but then Esau, he'll extract certain stuff and then make a concoction, and then also mix in unclean things with it, and then try to give it to you. All right, and it destroys you, man. That's why there's so many different side effects. All right, but he even weaponized that. All right, and he with the intention, all right, and the purpose, of killing off the people, man. All right, so Esau truly is the devil, because nobody has reached this level, or to where they just want to just kill off more than half of the people of the earth, man, which is a lot of people. All right, how you have that devil, the gates of hell. All right, he said it out of his own mouth that he wanted to depopulate. All right, so the Lord's gonna have to take Esau, Edom out of power, man. But leading into, shortly to come, we have to deal, with these pestilences, that's going to be popping up. All right, and as the Lord turns things up, it's going to become more realer and realer. At first, it was all fun and games. There was a lot of speculation, whether this thing was real or not, which really we know that it was all fabricated. All right, but then, hey, it's going to get real, and it's not going to be fun and games anymore. It's already not fun and games now, but, wait till you start seeing, people with flesh-eating, diseases, man. All right, and literally dropping dead, right in front of you. All right, but this is what the Lord said. All right, when these times come, because we're in those times. All right, Psalms 91. Matter of fact, let me get Job. All right. Chapter 5 and 20. In famine, I'm gonna start at 19. He shall deliver thee in 6 troubles, yea, in 7 there shall no evil touch thee. Yeah, and that's that thermonuclear destruction that we read about in Revelations, the 18th chapter. How and the Lord shall burn her with fire. So that's the end all be all. After the Lord scourges the earth with many different pestilences, all right, and plagues, all right. So that 7th trump, the Lord said he's going to deliver his elect from that. So leading up to it, the 6 troubles leading up to it, the Lord is going to preserve his elect. Verse 20, in famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword. And we have to have faith in these words. All right, because the word of the Lord does not go out void. All right, and the word of the Lord is faithful and true. All right, so if we continue to believe upon Yahweh Shema Shai and keep our integrity, then the Lord, will do these things that he promised us. Because this destruction is for the wicked, man. All right, to punish those people. Right now you have Israelites celebrating Thanksgiving. Right now you have Israelites praying to the idols, all right? But then you have a small remnant that are actually trying, to change and become more and more pleasing unto Yahweh Shema Shai, man. All right? I'm going to continue to read. It says, in famine he shall redeem thee from death, and in war from the power of the sword. All right? And there's nothing but wars coming because everybody's so divided. It says, thou shalt be hid from the scourge of the tongue, neither shalt thou be afraid when of destruction when it cometh. At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth. So it's going to come a time where you're not going to be afraid of the beasts of the earth either. All right? You're not going to be afraid of the beasts of the earth, especially because you never know where you might find yourself, man. You might have to flee to the wilderness, man, for a couple days because the inner cities got so hot. All right, Esau, with his martial law troops, man, all right, locking down. The scriptures say a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. All right, so you might have to flee. You never know. You know where you're gonna be at, but you might find yourself in the wilderness. You see the Sasquatch, you see the Yeti, or you might see, a bear or a lion, all right? But then, the spirit is going to be so heavy and the Lord's going to have a hedge of protection around his elect, all right? The animals ain't even going to attack you, man, all right? At first glance, it may be startling. You see a giant 10-foot beast that you've never seen before, but then the Lord will have them not harm you, man. So it says, for thou shalt be at league with the stones of the field, and the beasts of the field shall be at peace with thee. Verse 24, and thou shalt know that thy tabernacle shall be in peace, and thou shalt visit thy habitation and shalt not sin. All right. So yeah, man, the Lord is going to protect his servants, man, from all these different things that's coming to the earth. Psalms 91. All right, going into the pestilences. This is Psalms chapter 91, just to get to the point. Verse 7. It says, 1,000 shall fall at thy side, and 10,000 at thy right hand, but it shall not come nigh thee. Only with thy eyes shall thou behold and see the reward of the wicked. All right, so people's gonna be dropping dead, man, in large numbers, and that's gonna be, a terrifying thing, especially when nobody thought this would happen in America. Verse 8, only with thy eyes shall thou behold and see the reward of the wicked. That's the reward of these wicked Babylonians here. Okay, verse 9, because thou hast made the Lord, which is my refuge, even the Most High thy habitation, there shall no evil befall thee, neither shall any plague come nigh thy dwelling. All right, so the Lord is not going to have any plagues, any pestilence, all right, that are going to, affect you. Okay, you could be walking in the midst of people that are rotten and dying. 144, you could be walking in the midst of people, literally, dropping dead from a variant, and the Lord will have you not ingested. The Lord will have it not harm you. It reminds me of, I believe, let me see. I believe it was Moses or Apostle Paul that got bit by the snake, and then Israel seen it, and then nothing happened to, him that got bit. The venom didn't affect him. All right, let me see, because I don't want to say the wrong person. Oh yeah. It was Apostle Paul, Acts 28 and 5. Acts 28 and 5. Yeah, there's going to be divine protection for his servants. Acts 28 and 3. It says, and when Paul gathered a bundle of sticks and laid them on the fire, there came a viper out of the heat and fastened on his hand. And when the barbarians saw the venomous beast hang on his hand, they said among themselves, no doubt this man is a murderer, whom though he had escaped the sea, yet vengeance suffereth not to live. Okay, so it was the barbarians that said that. It says, and he took off the beast into the fire and felt no harm. Howbeit they looked when he should have swollen or fallen down dead suddenly, but after they had looked a great while and saw no harm come to him, they changed their minds and said this was a god. Oh man. Hey man, Yahweh Shema Shai is going to have divine, it's going to be supernatural, it's going to be otherworldly. All right, especially when his men get that spiritual power, because the scriptures say, you know, that we are gods. All right, speaking of the Israelites. All right, you know, it's just that, you know, we die as men because we went off. All right, you know, but we're Yasharallah, the Prince of the Power. Okay. All right, and the Lord is going to make that be evident in the times to come. All right, here it is. Apostle Paul, he got bit by a venomous snake. They was waiting for something to happen. Nothing happened to him, and that's how it's going to be in the time of Jacob's trouble, man. When all this danger and all, you know, the pestilence in the air. All right, all these different things taking place. All right, people's going to see the men of the Lord, and the men of the Lord is going to have smiles on their face, man. They're going to be laughing. All right, that's power right there. All right, and that's because, you know, Yahweh Shema Shai is protecting the elect, man. All right, a divine, you know, heavenly power from on high. All right, I'm going to continue to read. Verse 7, it says, in the same quarters were possessions of the chief man of the island. All right, so that's pretty much it. Lord's will, this lesson is edifying. I want to say, call halal Yahweh Shema Shai, Bashem Rachakodash. The honors to the apostle elders of Great Millstone, teaching rule well, peace and citation to those of the hopeful elect. Shalom and a Baba Ball.